And hello and
Hello.
welcome to
Go
Go
touch
Touch
grass.
Grass, the podcast where we log in.
So you can log off.
So this episode is gonna be kind of like a new episode format that I
Mm-hmm.
feel like we're gonna try when we work with guests. But if you're on Patreon, you're getting this kind of like a month ahead of everyone else. But for today, I'm gonna introduce the topic first, and then I'll bring on our guest.
Cool.
So today's topic is all about vertical dramas.
Mm-hmm.
Elise, what do you know about vertical dramas? What is your experience with them? How do
Um,
you engage with them?
so I personally have not watched any vertical dramas, but I am constantly having them advertised to me on TikTok, and the ones that are advertised to me on TikTok are very werewolf based. They're a lot of
Interesting.
werewolf related content, a lot of
Is we'll get
being mated with an alpha type stuff.
interesting. Because later I'm gonna suspect I'm gonna show you a vertical drama that I've been getting marketed a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's based like, do you have I don't know you to have an attraction to
To
werewolves in
werewolves?
particular, but they're very Midwestern, and you love a Midwestern man.
Yeah, I think that what it's based on, because I will say that werewolves aren't really my thing, but I think that what it's based on is that on TikTok, I've done a bunch of Twilight videos that were popular. And so I think that that is why TikTok is perceiving me as someone who might want to have sex with a werewolf, or like who's interested in having sex with a werewolf, or who's at least interested in a romance with a werewolf, because it does seem like this it's maybe more than just sex between these ladies and the
So
werewolf.
you wouldn't fuck a werewolf? I don't believe that, Elise. I don't believe you would not fuck a werewolf.
They're not aesthetically what I'm typically into. I mean, I would have to meet the individual werewolf. Like, if I liked a guy in his human form and then he
Okay.
revealed that he was a werewolf later, I would be like, okay, maybe we can make this work depending on like how strong of our connection was. But just werewolf doesn't really do it for
No.
me. Didn't do it for me in
But
True Blood. Just doesn't.
wow.
It's not my.
What
I'm
is
more
your like sci-fi sexual
my sci-fi sexual who is
what
my
should the
sci-fi boyfriend.
algorithm yeah, what should the
I would
algorithm
say
be feeding
vampire
you?
over werewolf for
Vampire,
sure. Vampire over
interesting.
werewolf for sure. You know, I think definitely like a guy in like a tuxedo who has like magical powers of some kind is more interesting to me than werewolf. I don't like thinking that he's turning into an like a animal sometimes. Like, am I supposed to like that? Am I supposed to be attracted to him when he is a wolf? Like, I just get confused with the
The
mechanics of
ethics, the
it.
mechanics.
And I always
But
feel
but you
like
don't have any doubt about an age gap relationship. Because if it's a
no.
fucking vampire, we're talking about 400, 200-year age gap. What was his involvement in the Civil War?
Well,
What was
that's
he
a question
doing?
that I would answer. Because a lot of werewolf or a lot of vampire media does not answer that question, or the answer is bad, and they're like, he was a Confederate, and then it's like, okay, well, I can't be doing that. But you know, yeah, he's a vampire. Like, yeah, he's 104 mentally, but like the dick's like still, you know, a young man. So
Well,
that doesn't bother me, but I feel like werewolves, I always think that they would be stinky. I was never into the werewolves in True Blood. They felt stinky to me. Yeah, I'm just not that's not my thing.
that's not your ministry.
But
Wow.
the vertical drama people believe that I would be most interested in the werewolf ones, because those are the ones that are served to me most often.
Okay, well, first, vertical dramas were originated, as all great things were, in China. And then they've been adapted for American audiences.
Mm-hmm.
Each drama can be about 1 to 3 hours in content, but they're typically cut into a minute and a half to 2 minute clips. The original apps, they usually let you watch like 10 episodes for free, but usually you do have to pay to finish the drama. Like, that's how they always get you. Maybe they'll even unlock the first 30 episodes and then the last 10 are locked. Like, it's crazy. And again, what people have been doing now, it's so interesting because I feel like pre-streaming, everyone was torrenting, downloading whatever, LimeWire, Napster, like songs and every stuff, and then streaming became popular, and then now, and I feel like now it's going back because basically what's happening is like you can pretty much get any drama you want um on Daily Motion, like torrented,
Okay.
like downloaded legally or something. But then you risk your computer getting gonorrhea or whatever crazy like
Oh
ad
yeah.
spyware shit
I
that
destroyed my home computer in high school downloading stuff on LimeWire, and like luckily my parents are just so not tech savvy that they had no way to know like how this was happening, so I could just be like, I don't know why we're getting all these viruses. Like they had no basis for understanding that like I was torrenting.
you blamed it on George Soros then, and look at where we are now. You
Yep,
blamed it on
I did.
okay. Vertical dramas are an $8 billion industry,
Wow.
as reported by The Wrapped. Fox Entertainment has invested in one of the major players. Telemundo Studios is producing its own adaptation of vertical dramas. I'm like, I didn't even think about the novela because
Yeah.
I have watched like I'll see like segmented movies or shows or something on TikTok, and I watch them like, what the fuck is this? So I'm like the novela game in vertical. It'll be a wrap.
Yeah, the Venn diagram between like novellas and the typical vertical drama, I think, is really, there's a lot of overlap there. I think that can be a very fruitful avenue for Telemundo.
I would say it's even like better because novelas like they shoot that shit for like a year, and because it's 5 hours a week of programming with novelas for 6 months, and then the novela is done. Like there's
Mhm.
no seasons anyway. SAG-AFTRA and the WGA have also made vertical agreements to protect their guild members and give them opportunities to work in the market. The format is basically, it allows for minimalist sets and quick shoot times. Films can be made very quickly and distributed almost immediately. Um, In-app revenue from short drama apps in the US grew 20% quarter on quarter, reaching nearly $350 million in the first quarter, I think, of 2024 or 2025. This doesn't even say, according to Sensor Tower. As major film and television studios take their production elsewhere, verticals have profited off of the local on and off screen talent in Los Angeles, Atlanta, and New York, making content for a fraction of the price. The budget, if you think about movie budgets, like a Marvel budget is like $144 million. A vertical series can. Our guest is laughing, like, and
Laughing
we're
at
gonna
the
have to
idea of the
mute.
budget.
Yeah. A vertical series can cost anywhere from 150 to $300,000 with an 8 to 10 day production cycle. Again, like just way shorter, way less.
Yeah, I think
Um
when I was seeing that there was like SAG put through a new agreement for actors to work on them, they said like it was like it was for vertical dramas with a budget under $300,000, I think.
yeah. So it's like
So,
anytime there's a rule, it's like it has to happen enough that they had to make a rule for it. Just to get a glimpse of like, in many ways, China's the future, past, and present. But right now, China, the short form drama market grew from $500 million in revenue in 2021 to $7 billion in 2024, and is projected to hit $16.2 billion by 2030. And this is a statistic from Media Partners Asia. Chinese state media, which, how accurate is that, reported that the sector has gross revenue of 5.2 billion in 2023, equivalent to about 70% of the country's theatrical box office revenue. About 70% of the country's theatrical box office revenue. So, to think about how much all of China made, and the fact that like American movies are made for the China audience, like because China's such a big market, and then to think about that with like 70% of it is in vertical dramas. Like that's crazy. Um, Total revenue for the short dramas industry globally has risen over 41% over a year as of October. The three biggest apps are Real Short, Drama Box, and Good Short, and they dominate the US vertical markets. They're the top downloaded micro data apps in the US in 2025. And their quote, guilty pleasure content pairs sensationalized storytelling with TikTok style advertising to hook new audiences, many of whom are willing to pay to play. So, that shift that you heard is our guest. Here to talk to us about vertical dramas in general is friend of the pod, comedian, writer, actor Alexis
Thank you
Pereira.
so much. Thank
Woo!
you. May I say what a pleasure it is to be here with two beautiful Latinas.
Oh, Jesus
Wow,
Christ.
thank you,
Jesus
Alexis.
Christ.
I, as a married dad, you don't
my
really get
God.
time to spend with such hotties, and it's just
Oh,
a real
God.
treat, real pleasure.
I'm
Yes.
literally like wrapped in a blanket. My hair's insane right now, but that's thank you, Alexis.
Yeah,
Thank
no,
you.
my hair is also insane. But anything about anything we talked about, Alexis?
Oh my
you're
gosh.
just like, I know you have. So before we get into
Yeah.
vertical dramas for you, I just want to give, like, I think as a big picture, and I know your day to day, like, me too, Elise too, all of us, like, our day to day, we get so wrapped up. But, like, if you take a big step, I was just really thinking about the trajectory of your entire career and,
Mhm.
like, how all these things. But I want you to give our audience, like, where'd you grow up? How'd you got into entertainment? And, like, all up into your move to LA.
Well,
I want to, because, yeah.
First of all, thank you for calling it a career. That is really sweet of you. I'm born and raised in Queens, and I lived in Queens for like basically the first 40 years of my life.
Okay, just like Trump.
Yeah,
Just
exactly.
like Trump.
We actually grew up not too far from each other. I grew up in like Jamaica, Queens, and he's from Jamaica Estates, so we were like right next to each other. He's a little older, though. I'll say that.
Just a tad.
It might not see it, but I kind of wanted to go into comedy like my whole life, like even when I was like a kid, and I went to a local school. I went to St. John's basically because of the theater program. And, I wanted to do sketch comedy and, be on SNL and all that. And around that time, like when I was like 16, 17 years old, UCB opened its theater in New York. And
that's
so
when your life started going
yeah,
down.
exactly. Yeah. So,
Upright Citizens Brigade, the comedy school.
Mm-hmm. So I went to shows regularly at UCB, but I didn't take like my first class until like 2007 or 6, something like that. And I tried stand up. I had my own, I went the stand up route when I was like 18, 19, 20, and it was rough. It's constant scams, like bringer shows, I'd ran my own room, and then like, if it was a light audience, like the guy who ran it would be like, you owe me money, and it'd be like, oh my God. Like,
bringer shows are like, you can only perform if you bring 10 people.
Right.
And then the tickets are like $50 each or something. They have to spend like $50 on food and drinks or whatever. Okay.
Yeah.
So then you had to owe people money like to perform. Yeah. Okay.
It's like a comedy MLM type thing where it's
right.
You have to rope people in and then like you're on the hook for the money. It's like, it's really quite sad.
So I was doing that, and then I really hated, like, there's so much business transaction with doing stand up, as you know, like, you're just like, you have to work with the owner. So I was just kind of like, all right, I don't want to do this anymore. And then I just started taking classes at UCB. I eventually got on like a house team. It's called a Herald team. And then I did, improv and sketch. I had a couple of my own shows, and then I was like on a couple of TV shows, like I was on The President Show, Broad City, like, And then finally, I got a writing job on Disney, a show called Hamster and Gretel. I joined the writing staff there. I wrote. It was on Zoom. It was online. I was one of the only New York writers, and I did that for a couple of years. And then, like, as the show was ending, and we didn't get an instant renewal. It's still up in the air, so officially, but we'll see.
Hopefully, man.
Yeah.
Hopefully you get
Everyone
the job back.
mail hamsters to the
The Disney,
studio. Like, they just-
male dead hamsters.
Yeah.
You guys need to do. You guys need to do a Tiny Chef like angry social media screed. So yes, this is all to say you had like a crazy career, went in all these directions, but again, I just feel like you're somebody who's a capital C comedian.
Oh.
You coached my improv team in like 2014. You directed my Steve Harvey show that I
Great
only
show.
did live once.
Yeah.
Can you believe it?
Thank you, COVID.
Thank you, COVID.
Cool.
You wrote like these. You write like these crazy sketches or sketch shows, like Dr. Brothers and Detective Sully. Like, I mean, you can talk about that, but like, I just know you as someone who like, had critiques about Crazy Rich Asians because you're like, it's supposed to be a comedy, but there's no jokes. Why is it a rom-com? It's actually not a rom-com because there's no comedy. So it's just so interesting, like how you ended up in the vertical drama game. So like you're in LA, like, yeah, like you're such a comedy purist. Then you go into animation, which is even outside of your box. Tell us about all of that, because I feel like that's also within the past like year or two.
Yeah. Well, so the animation, like, it was very fun because you can just come up with like any comedy bit you want, and like they can make it happen. And I really liked working with the animators. Like, I never thought I'd do that. I as you kind of surmise, like I really wanted to go into like write for a show like The Office or like Abbott or something like that, like that kind of like a mockumentary style. And I write like goofy comedy, but it kind of I submitted. I had this script about like an immigrant who was under DACA, who was getting his citizenship by like he's being followed by cameras all day, and like the judge wanted to watch the footage, and he decided if he gets to be a citizen. And so that script got into the hands of Disney, and they were like, "We have these animated shows. Would you be interested in doing that?" And I was like, "Yeah." And that's how I got into animation. But then I moved out to LA near the end of the second season, and I was like, I act,
Yeah, because it's like you didn't really act before, or
Yeah.
like you act in some stuff, but you were such a capital C. Oh, you're a capital C comedian, but like you weren't really acting or auditioning like that.
I was never trying. I never tried.
So,
Yeah.
so then how did you end up in this thing, and tell us about, without revealing any titles?
I will
just
not.
tell. Yeah.
No, so I had a son, and in January, and I'm
Congratulations.
Thank you
He's
so
so
much.
cute. He doesn't look anything like you.
Yeah, thank you. Thank God. And he is, so I'm his primary caregiver, but like my wife and I discussed like, I should still go out and like audition and stuff. And so I log into Actors Access, and I just decide to like really do it up. I put a good headshot, put my reel up, do the, Actors Access Pro thing. And immediately, and I submit to roles. I don't know what I'm looking at. I submit to roles, and I get like 5 roles in like 3 weeks, like just like that. And I'm like, oh, that was good, like cool. And I'm like, oh, it's interesting. These are such weird titles. I will not tell you the title, but like these are such odd titles. And like it's like I'm always a guest, like a guest at a gala, like, or like I've witnessed it.
Wait, don't give away too many characters either.
Sure. So I was like, all right, like, okay, I'm just I'm just doing them. So the very first one, I show up at this mansion, and it is like a little bit like the script. It's a little bit below student film, like that, like where it's just kind of it takes me like I'm on set the whole day, but I am obsessed because I'm like, I want to know what the plot is. Like, I'm just like,
Oh, because
what's
you
the
only
plot?
get your sides. You
Yeah.
only get your script, and then could you tell like how much do they pay for like one of these for a day?
Oh
For like,
yeah. So the at least in the beginning, like, you know, if you have like one line, it was like $100. And you know, it could be like it could be like 3 hours, it could be 12 hours. Like it was
Yeah.
like that. Um, so yeah, so and I was like happy with that money. I was like, all right, like, you know, I'm getting out of the house, I'm meeting people, like, you know, and so I the very first one, they're like, okay, like you're going to be drinking champagne, and then a pregnant woman is going to get knocked down by another woman. She's going to break a champagne bottle, and then she's going to go, I'm going to kill you, but first I'm going to kill your baby. And then as she goes to stab her stomach, uh, a boyfriend will punch her like in the face, knock her out, then hand her to his assistant and say, take care of her, you know. And the entire time, Alexis, you were just looking and going, I can't believe this is, what is that, is anybody catching this?
This
Like,
gal is crazy.
This gal is one of the craziest gals I've ever been to.
Yeah, that's and then you did 30 of them.
Yeah, I've been in 30.
You've
Yeah.
been in 30.
Okay,
Like,
I have a question.
Please.
Yes.
Costume, hair, makeup, like, do they provide any of that stuff, or are you just showing up in your own stuff?
I would say about 80% I show up in my own stuff, and they don't even care about my hair, like or makeup. Like they're just like, they show up in your suit and like,
Yeah.
you know, walk in, let us know you're here, you come in, do your thing, and leave. But then that's it. Occasionally, I'm a doctor, and like they have to give me a lab coat. Like,
Yeah.
Okay. So, Alise does
Mhm.
not know.
Okay.
Okay. So,
Oh my God, what don't I know?
okay. The verticals are orchestrated to keep viewers hooked. They lean into highly dramatized and emotionally charged storylines, using big teases after every episode to make viewers scroll. So, to talk more about your career in vertical dramas, I actually asked Alexis to give me a list of all 30 of the vertical dramas that he is in. Because Alexis does not have them in a database. And when I said, hey, you should have like on your webpage or something, like,
oh my god,
it's super impressive that you were in 30 of these movies. And he said, quote, I will never promote these in my entire life. So what Elise doesn't know is that I made a game. I made 2 games for her.
Okay.
I made 2 games for her.
Okay.
And the first game is, which title or which movie is Alexis not in?
Okay.
Which movie is Alexis not in?
Okay.
So each question, I will give you 4 titles. You have to guess which one Alexis is not in.
Okay.
Okay. So question 1. Option A, The Billionaire's Young Surrogate Bride. The Billionaire's Young Surrogate Bride.
Okay.
Option B, Objection.
Okay.
Option C, Mafia's Captive Bride.
Okay.
Option D, A Wife's Nightmare.
Okay.
So talk to me. Which ones are you? And Alexis is dying.
So I will say that I do have a tiny bit of knowledge in that when I posted a story recently about, it was basically me reposting an announcement about SAG doing a vertical deal, and it was like an infographic, and the 3 verticals that they used, one of them was like clearly a Luigi Mangione biopic
I'm in that
situation. So I posted this and I said, this is Luigi, right? And your lovely wife messaged me and said, Alexis is in one that is about like lawyers on opposite sides of the Luigi case, or a Luigi-esque case falling in love. So I'm
because
gonna say,
the lawyers are married.
yeah,
Or something like that. Like the
So
Luigi
I'm-
lawyer, the Luigi lawyer and the Diddy lawyer, something like that.
I think it's that Luigi's lawyer and Diddy's lawyer were married.
Something like that.
There's
And Luigi
something
and
of
Diddy
that
are in the
nature.
same prison or in the same
Yes.
jail
Yeah.
with Sam Bankman-Fried. So which
but
one?
anyway,
Elise?
so I'm gonna say that objection is real because I think that maybe objection is this
the Luigi
one.
Mangione one.
Is
Okay.
maybe the Luigi one.
Yeah.
Okay. Can you give me the other three again? The billionaire's surrogate or something?
The billionaire's young surrogate bride.
Billionaire's young surrogate bride.
Mafia's captive bride.
Mafia's captive bride.
A wife's nightmare.
Based on just the verticals that get sent to me, which do always seem to have some kind of you've been roped into marrying a nefarious character type thing. Is a wife's nightmare the fake one?
Yes, that is a Lifetime movie. That's the Lifetime movie. It's not a vertical. Alexis has been in The Billionaire's Young Surrogate Bride,
Yeah.
Objection, and Mafia's Captive Bride.
So one of
yeah.
the interesting things about these verticals is often the plot is it's a billionaire guy, but his family doesn't respect him because he doesn't have a son. So in many of them, he will go through some means to just have a son, but then he'll fall in love with the woman who either is the surrogate or he adopts a son or like something, like he's just kind of, or one of them, he pretends to, like, he has a deal with this woman. I'll pretend your son is my son, but then he'll often fall in love with her. And then the family is like happy because like, oh, you have a son.
Okay.
Yeah, that's as far as I can tell. A lot of what's going on in the werewolf ones too is that like there's usually some kind of like one person is the alpha, and then there's usually some kind of like you've been mated to the alpha, or like the alpha has chosen you.
Hold on,
like,
Elise. We still got some more questions.
Wow.
I know, but I'm just saying like those are the ones that get served to me, in addition to like some that are like about princesses and stuff. And I'm like, there's always like a bride or a forced marriage element, which is why I went with the other ones. Cause I feel like they're not really about being a wife. They're about being conscripted into being a bride.
It's about your first day being married. And that's like the end of the movie.
Okay. Okay. So question number 2.
Okay.
We have CEO's Revenge.
Okay.
Yearning for a Mother's Love. A Town Without Christmas. And The Glow Up Game.
Okay. Glow Up Game sounds real to me. Glow Up Game sounds real to me. A Town Without Christmas. I mean, I could see them getting into the Christmas game, but I've never known them to be Christmas focused. Though it would make sense for them to be Christmassy. And then the other ones were
Yearning for a Mother's Love and CEO Revenge.
Yearning for a Mother's Love.
Like watching Alexis talk, like us talk about what Alexis has been doing for the past year. Like,
okay, I'm gonna go with. I'm really torn between Christmas and Yearning for a Mother's Love. I'm gonna go with Christmas is fake.
You're correct. A Town Without Christmas is a Hallmark movie. What was Yearning for a Mother's Love about, Alexis?
I can't remember. Like, it's funny because now it's funny that I don't remember these. I feel like Yearning for a Mother's Love, I think, is one of the billionaire decides to have a kid to make his mother happy. I think
Okay.
that's one of them.
Okay.
Glow Up Game, there's a bunch of high school ones where a girl is like a nerd and she kind of like glows up and gets hotter or whatever. So if that might be that
So
one.
what were you doing in that? Well, no. That's a different game.
Oh, right.
Yeah, and then CEO's Revenge. Somebody shoots a poor person. Is that like Donald Trump shoots someone in Fifth Avenue?
Yeah, that's I almost want to see the yeah, that one. Yeah, that was a weird one. I just saw what my part was.
None of those were weird.
Yeah, no, I mean they're all weird, but this one was all I saw. I didn't see the plot. All I saw was a young girl who apparently was poor, looked really good at a gala, and I was a guest who commented like, "Wow, she must be a millionaire if she's here," And then her boyfriend, her mom, the boyfriend's mom, and the dad like push her into a cake or something like that. They like get out of here, you loser. And that's the scene.
So it's like Carrie before. So you left before shit got real.
A lot of Carrie elements.
I got 3 more questions. We'll go through these very quickly before we get to our second game. Okay. But question number 3, we have fake dating my rich nemesis.
That's real. I'm immediately gonna say fake dating my rich nemesis is real.
Kept woman.
Okay.
Miss you after goodbye. Choose a wife game.
Okay. I think it's one of the middle two. Kept woman? No. Kept woman I feel like is real. Miss you after goodbye?
That's your final answer?
Yeah.
The answer was B, kept woman.
Wow. Okay,
and
so I should have gone with my gut.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but also these are all real movies. Just some of them are Lifetime or Hallmark or whatever.
No, I know, but I mean in the which one's a vertical?
Yeah. Which one's a vertical? All
the
right.
Choose a Wife game was one of my favorite ones that I've been in. A billionaire throws this party where any woman who goes gets $100,000. But the catch is, if he picks you, you have to be his wife. So,
that's tough.
Oh no!
Damn. I feel like I'd win. I'd not win, but like I don't think I'd be picked for the wife.
Oh, right.
Yeah. So
not to
but
give
I'd
away
go.
The plot. Yeah, not to go with the plot, but his ex-girlfriend goes because she needs $100,000 because her dad's in the hospital. And she wears a mask, and she gets chosen, and they're like, "Oh my god!" Yeah. So.
Is she the only one in a mask?
No, there's some
everyone's
other people in
a
a mask.
mask.
Yeah.
Okay.
Honestly,
I just feel like I could make it so he didn't pick me. I could be farting. I could be doing all kinds. Like if I just have to show up to get the $100K, I can make myself not appealing.
She tried. She steps on his foot. She like doesn't look him in the eye, and then he's like,
"No,
I like her
you gotta get gross in there. You gotta be like eating the shrimp cocktail and like tossing the tails on the ground. Like you have to be nasty."
Like that. See, now I'd be attracted to that.
See, then it'd backfire. Either way, you're getting picked at least. Okay, question 4. Single mom by mistake, baby for sale, hacking the CEO's heart, 18-year-old great grandma. Which one do you think Alexis has been in?
Oh my god. I honestly never think about these, and the plots of all of them are like coming back, and it's making me feel insane.
Okay. Hacking CEO's heart, I feel like, is definitely real, just in the world of what we have learned all of these are about, which is hacking a billionaire's heart. 18-year-old great grandma is so specifically strange that I think it's real, or I think it's a vertical. I don't think it's a Lifetime movie. And then what were the other two?
Single mom by mistake, baby for sale.
I think Baby for Sale is like a Lifetime or something.
You are correct. Baby for Sale is a Lifetime movie.
Yeah. And the plot of 18-year-old great grandma.
I do need to know.
It's a woman in 1950 dies at 18, but then she's reincarnated as her son's daughter at 18, oh no, at her son's granddaughter. It's really bizarre. And then like,
Interesting.
so I didn't quite get the plot of that one. I'm just a reporter who's investigating a like financial crime.
Oh. Oh. I thought you were gonna say investigating how this like baby
No.
came back to life. No, you're investigating
unrelated. It's about Ponzi schemes. Elise.
It is about Ponzi schemes.
No.
It is. And so I'm investigating her son, why he embroiled in this Ponzi scheme. But then she shows up to the house and is like, Alan, and he's like, what the like?
Mom?
It's really insane. Yeah.
Okay,
exactly.
number 5. All right, let me just skip to number 6. Number 5. All of Us Are Dead. Love blooms under the moon. Taming the Ruthless Boys. You Can't Be Happy.
Okay, the moon one is definitely one of the werewolf ones, and I feel like that is real.
Taming the Ruthless Boys. Sorry.
The idea of taming boys feels in the world of these. It feels like that could be like one that they made after Summer I Turned Pretty and Life with the Walter boy, like just quickly put. They're like, oh, we gotta have her dating a bunch of boys. We
gotta date a bunch of brothers.
We gotta do brothers. So
we gotta do brothers. People love brothers. People love brothers.
So those feel real, and then the other two were what again?
All of Us Are Dead and Love Blooms Under the Moon. All right, no, You Can't Be Happy.
All of Us Are Dead. I'm gonna go with You Can't Be Happy is the not one.
All of Us Are Dead actually is the Lifetime movie. It's about a zombie love whatever. Damn. But You Can't Be Happy. I mean, we can't even get into that. That one is actually a biographical pick about Alexis. Okay. Question 6, the last question. Goodbye was just a lie. His love was just a lie. Newlywed and Dead and After Class.
Okay, this one's harder, but I am going to say Newlywed and Dead just because I feel like a lot of these are about the process of getting to the marriage and not being married itself.
You're right. It's the Newlywed and Dead. That's Newlywed and Dead.
I'm getting a picture, and a lot of this, it's really very focused on finding a billionaire to marry you. And sometimes he's a werewolf.
You'd be surprised. I've been in so many like surprise wedding scenes where it's just a bunch of people standing around, and then a man or the billionaire will be like, "Attention! I have an announcement to make." And then the announcement is, "This is now a wedding." And then we don't question it. We just make rows like in this and it's always the same thing. We're just like, "Wow, it's a wedding," and then we just go, like I'm here for an hour now. Just it's fine.
Okay, honorable mention to Sweet Wild Bride of Mine. I couldn't find anything. Okay, so our second game, to get more into the roles that you play.
Okay.
And I don't even know the answers to this.
Yeah.
I'm going to read a title of a thing that Alexis has been in, and Elise, you have to guess what Alexis' role is in that.
This is going to be pretty easy.
Okay.
Reporter investigating unrelated financial crime.
Okay, the first title is Office Enemies. What role do you think Alexis had in Office Enemies?
Like coworker?
No, I was a person at a cafe who witnesses the hot guy gets coffee on him, so he decides to take off all his clothes at the cafe.
At the cafe. Great.
And then I just go, what? Whoa. Look at this guy.
Okay. Next one. Next. The Wrong Twin Got Me Pregnant. What role did Alexis have in The Wrong Twin Got Me Pregnant?
I mean, is he the wrong twin?
No. I'll tell you. I'll give you a hint. I've never one of the leads.
You're never one of the leads.
Yeah.
Okay. Not the wrong.
Mhm.
You said that you've been a doctor. Did you deliver the baby?
No, I'm a guest at the baby shower where she realizes that
The wrong twin.
it's the wrong twin. Like it's the brother of the guy
How
who
does
got her
she
pregnant.
realize that?
It's kind of super. She just kind of realizes that like, oh, like we're not getting along. I must have slept with his brother that day.
Okay.
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 Okay. Yeah, so guess the role. Oh no, you were in no, they're in the baby shower. Okay.
Mhm.
Trapped as the billionaire's nanny. Trapped as the billionaire's nanny. What role did Alexis Pereira have?
This is
in
impossible, but
Trapped.
go for it.
Okay, well, so we know he's not the billionaire or the nanny.
No. He's not the closet in which the nanny is trapped in.
Yeah. I mean, it seems like it's gonna. Are we at a gala again? Are you the attendee of a gala?
See, this is why. See, that's a good guess because you typically yes, but this one is the one of the most weirdest. All they told me my character's name was Jack, right? So I show up on set and they go, they're like, hey, we want to apologize before we tell you this, and I was like, okay, what? They're like, so she's going to imagine you're a pizza delivery guy. She's going to imagine you're her hot boyfriend or whatever, her lover, but then it's gonna fade away and you appear, like, and she and she goes,
Okay. You're right. I wouldn't have guessed that. I would not.
and this was a 2-day shoot because we did that, right?
You needed 2 days. You needed pickups. You needed pickups of the scene calling you ugly as fuck.
Well, they needed a different house, so we were shooting at one house, and I do that, and I leave, and I'm like, all right. And they're like, by the way, we need you Monday to do it again. I'm like, okay. And they're like, because it happens again. And I was like, okay.
And it's you again. Wow. Wow.
Oh my god, I'm in pain. I'm in pain. Okay.
These are incredible.
Finally, Elise,
Okay.
for the big finale of this game. What role does Alexis Pereira play in the movie titled Watch Out, I'm the Lady Boss?
Okay. Well, not the lady boss. We know that.
We know that.
Watch out, I'm the lady boss. Part of me is just always like, are you at a gala?
There's a gala about the Lady Boss.
I'm like, okay, maybe there's like a conference. It seems
Alexis,
like
get
you're in
in
a
the
lot
center.
of like crowd scenes. So I'm like, are you at a conference with the lady boss?
I am a rich first-class airline passenger who sits
Wow.
behind them as it's the richest man in the world. And
course.
he's on the phone and he's like, oh man, I don't know how to do this, being rich, blah, blah. And then like, he also has a company and he's like, I'm going to ask for $1 million or $10 million for this project. This woman next to him takes his laptop and she types in 100 billion or something like that. And he's like, what? And she's like, you want to play with the big dogs, you got to be a big dog. And then they like, get married or whatever. But like, we're in a plane. There's like in LA, they have these sets where it's like, it's a whole ass plane. And so I'm just it's pretty cool. Like I'm just in a plane and like behind them just being like, oh, come on, just guys, like, can you shut up? I'm trying to read or whatever. Like,
Well, you didn't even guess that one, Elise.
No, I couldn't have possibly guessed that.
Yeah.
I couldn't have possibly guessed.
Wow. I mean, incredible work. Honestly, I feel like you need to be posting about, I mean, you post about it, but like, you need to have like a record. This is because the way that this country's going, listen, do you know how many people watch like the dramas that you're in? Do you have like the number?
I have no idea. I know that it's like quite expensive. It's like if you pay monthly, it's like
Yeah.
$30 to $40 a month.
Whoa.
Then if you pay for the year, it's $200. Or you can pay by the vertical,
By
and they're
the
like 10,
episode.
15, whatever. And again, they're like, as Millie said, they're about 2-hour movies filmed in 7 days, and then they're broken up into like 70 parts. And that's like, that's how it is.
Yeah, so
Wow.
one of the top series, like one of the most popular vertical drama, had 350 million views per
Wow.
episode. And again, the Super Bowl is only 127 million people watching. So and just to know that like 70% of China's film industry is in vertical dramas, I feel like this is not going away anytime soon. Have you ever been recognized for like on the street, Alexis, for your work, or like do you see like, or do you recognize like the same actors or the same directors or the same writers?
Yes. I mean, it's again, there's only 4 or 5 apps, and then they hire production companies, and so there's, I mean, there's some new ones pop up, but like I've worked with like a few production companies several times, and then like the leads, they are, I've worked with like the same leads a few times, and they do get recognized themselves, and they have fans on Instagram and stuff.
Yeah, like some of the biggest leads, I have some numbers, but like some of the leads, like their Instagram followings go from like 60,000, 20,000 to like 2 million, like just from these vertical dramas. And this one guy like got, I think Who Weekly covered them last week, or like this one guy like went viral for his bit in a vertical drama, and got interviewed by People magazine about it, and was like, he's like an actor waiting for his big break, and it's like a way for younger actors to not, because if you have any big budget thing, is all nepo babies. It's all like someone's son, someone's daughter, whatever.
Well, and also like the industry's contracted so much, like there's so much less work in general for acting stuff. I feel like it's just a matter of time before there is a vertical drama that like pierces the veil and becomes more like widely popular, and we get like a true breakout star from one of them. Like it's going to happen.
Yeah, it's gonna happen.
And it'll be Alexis.
And it's gonna be Alexis.
I hope
because
so.
of our podcast.
Yeah, because of this.
So okay. A lot of these, so again, as we talked about the titles, like a lot of these things are hyper targeted, and I feel like there's so many niches. So Alise is getting a lot of like the sci-fi, fantasy, werewolf, whatever. So I'm gonna be vulnerable and show one of the things that were targeted to me, and we'll watch it and react it. But the title of this is called Private Lessons. And it's when a sharp-tongued bookworm is blackmailed into secretly tutoring her cocky quarterback nemesis. Their late-night study sessions spark a forbidden romance that risk her reputation, his future, and both their hearts. I also have to let you know, like, one of the main reasons that you won't be able to see if you're listening is that the lead is fat. So that is also why I'm getting targeted this. Okay. So we are gonna watch the trailer for this movie, and then I'm gonna hear this vertical drama called Private Lessons, and then I'm gonna hear, and this is from Candy Jar Official _FR, and then we'll talk about Candy Jar in a second, but we'll hear your thoughts, and I want everyone to know as I share this that it also says Private Lessons, curvy girl secretly wants the 6'5" bad boy bully. That is also there. So we're gonna
come on, Purity Ring. You could use the exercise. She's just such a big target.
Shut the fuck up, Amanda.
Aren't we supposed to be coasting as seniors? My financial aid app got rejected, so if I actually want to go to college,
Gotta start saving. Okay, but we have more pressing issues. Like making sure you have a guy on your arm for prom, or even better, a full-time boyfriend so you can finally cash in that V card. Yeah, like any guy at the school would want to date an untouchable. That was probably the most action she's gotten ever.
So what, you're like a bookworm for hire now?
Wow, you can read.
Sarcasm and desperation. You know, you really are like the whole package, aren't you?
So, I'm thinking jewel tones for prom. Emerald green is like so color.
Yeah. We need to talk. I think I need you to tutor me.
You've been a massive to me since we were 7, and you literally used to put kidney signs on my back.
I was messing with you. You're helping me with this, so why can't I help you? Yeah, sure for the occasion.
No feelings. Good, because you know you're not really my type.
Right back at you. So you ready to get down to business? Not so fast. That's number one. Good things come to those who wait. No, see, if we're gonna do this, I'm in charge. Yeah? Okay, good girl. Let's try that again.
Wow.
I was in one with him, by the way.
No.
Wow. Wow.
Those are the ones I get versions of that all the time.
It is always like, okay, so that's like a very common plot. Like there's part of me
Yeah.
that's like, oh, it's nice to see that teens are still getting this, like the nerdy girl and
Yeah.
the jock fall in love and whatever. But there is a level of sexuality to these that is so him
That
saying,
was crazy,
I'm
right?
in charge. Good girl. I'm
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Oh, yeah. I'm
and
like,
these
well, I
werewolf
want to
ones
know
that
how
I'm
it
getting
ends.
served. The werewolf
werewolf?
ones that I'm getting served are so sexually aggressive.
Mhm.
Oh my god.
Yeah, the werewolf ones get crazy.
So that. Any other reactions to what we just?
You know, that one's really good. I want to say, like, I was very impressed by some of the dialogue and the even like the way they shot it. Like, they typically just put cameras on sticks and they just go, okay, your line, and they just go. But they put a lot of effort into this one. I'm pretty impressed. And also it's like, you know, it's like a different type of a star, this woman.
Yeah.
It's like, you know, the ones I'm in, they're always like, you know,
Skinny white girls,
yeah.
But
like,
I'm also like, this girl's like killing. I don't know. They're like the fat girl, and I'm like, she's killing in Atlanta. Is all I'm gonna say.
Oh,
but
yeah,
anyway,
she's pretty.
She's very pretty, but
Yeah.
it's like, but it's similar. It's like so it's a story we haven't seen. It's a different kind of star. But they're putting a little bit. You could tell like it's a higher budget vertical.
Yeah.
But like,
Yeah.
I think you say like that's a heartthrobby like popular actor that you've seen a lot.
Yeah.
Right?
So I was in one with him where I'm at an engagement party for where, you know, and he makes an announcement. But then he goes, "You're here to see me engaged to what I can't remember whatever her name is, Delilah." And she's about to walk up, and he goes, "But I'm not going to marry her." And she's like, "What the?" He's like, "Because I'm going to marry Mary." And like, it's this other woman walks up, like the love of his life, like walks up, and so then they're like, you know, we have to like go from happy to like surprised to then, you know, scared, and then like and then happy again. Like, you know, he's good. Like I really kind of, you know, the leads, like they kind of run the gamut of like sometimes it's like an Instagram star who's like this is their first ever acting role, and then but some of them are really like just young actors who are like really into it. And it's funny watching that because like that was definitely an older one, I think, like, and it's just interesting to see his style kind of progress a little bit.
Wow, not the actors inside the actor studio.
Yeah.
So that one was on that video. Again, we saw it from the Candy Jar official, and Candy Jar is an app, and it's number 62 in entertainment on iTunes, but it has 30,000 reviews on the app, whereas like the number one in entertainment like app on iTunes is this iPad game called Pocket God that I assume that like everyone automatically gets on their iPads. That one only has 2.7 like thousand ratings. So 2,000 ratings versus like something that's 62 that has 30,000 reviews. Like I think that's pretty interesting. So the Candy Jar TV app is free to download, but content is unlocked through in-app purchases where you can either get coins or weekly or yearly passes. Individual passes, so if you want to watch the full series, they can cost around $50, while a yearly subscription is $69.99. I guess maybe like seasons or something, because that doesn't feel right, but like an unlimited pass is, so even if you do a yearly subscription, like they cap how much you watch. So if you want an unlimited pass, it's $90 a month, $89.99. There's
Wow.
also you can purchase coins for individual episodes. So you can get each 2-minute episode for $1.99 or $9.99 for like 10 episodes or something. And you can get it in packs, or sometimes they do like $19.99 for like a weekly pass. So story wise, again, like we were talking about, these things tend to be very campy. But production wise, they tend to be kind of like porn shoots, like very scrappy and quick. And in the LA Times, one of the directors says it takes her and her team about 4 weeks to write a new film, and that it shoots over a couple of days. And Real Shorts, which is one of the biggest US based vertical drama apps, says again that she has a team about 20 writers, and her 20 writers produce about 15 to 20 vertical scripts a month.
Yeah.
So,
Wow.
like, people are and then again they're being ripped on Daily Notion. Anything about those numbers or anything before I go to the next little thing that we're
Yeah. No, they are filmed so fast. Like a lot of stuff that I film gets cut, or a lot of, or you're just there all day and then like, oh, we just have to cut that scene. Sorry. Like that's happened like a couple of times. But basically they just try to fill up a whole, it's 7 days typically. A bigger one might be 10, but like they film 7 days, and like they just go there. There's about 1 or 2 takes per shot,
which is
usually
like
one.
crazy, yeah.
Yeah.
Usually one. And wide, medium, close, like let's go. They shoot with 2 cameras. And the other thing is their verticals, the cameras are on their sides. So all the cameras are on their sides so that they get like the whole, like they look like a cell phone. And that's
Yeah.
that's what that's how they shoot these.
Wow.
That's interesting. And then I remember I talked to another friend who has like worked in like the production side of these, and it's like everything is shot, like everyone has to like stand really close together and stuff to fit into the vertical frame. Like there's like interesting kind of other considerations going on here.
Yeah. I'm used to it now. And so it's very easy for me to know like this is the vertical like two-person shot. I'm like touching them, when I talk to them, because it's so tight, like because of the way it's shot and the way it's on the phone. But a lot of newer actors, they like have to cut. They're like, it's closer, cut. I'll get closer, like, and they're like, "What?" Like, and you're just like, it has to be uncomfortably close, or else you're not going to be in the shot. Sorry.
Yeah.
I mean, good for them. So, just a final point, like to wrap it up, is like we've kind of skirted on this, but the reason why, I mean, I suspect or surmise that a reason why the vertical dramas are doing really well is that it's getting big on TikTok. And also a lot of the really, again, booming romance drama like audience that has really revitalized publishing in America frankly speaking,
Mhm.
is all these like romance books. There's a lot of overlap between romance and porn. It's kind of like the middle kind of partner of both of these things. So here's this woman. We're gonna watch a quick video of this woman talking about vertical dramas on like vertical drama talk. And and then we'll get reactions and wrap up.
Please tell me that I'm not the only one that is on vertical drama TikTok. That's these ads that you're getting a lot of. And now I'm getting them constantly of films that are filmed vertically and are like little soap opera-y. They're also called like reels or shorts or something like that. And they're on these apps that you have to go to. And then they either want you to pay, which I will never do. Absolutely not. Or you have to watch ads or something like that. And I now have a system. Some of them like reset at midnight. Some of them reset 24 hours later. I have a whole system now. So I'm on this one, claimed by my ex's alpha brother, is very campy. And it's a deliberate choice. It's not that the actors are bad. It's filmed very campily. All of the production. My husband just watches me and groans. There's also these ones. I am embarrassed how much I enjoy his nerd and loving my best friend's brother. Higher production quality, little better actors, or they're allowed to be better actors. I'm not going to disparage their acting abilities so much as the choices that maybe the director is giving them. And then I'm watching a little bit of these, but I can't get what I need. And what's crazy is I know these are mostly based on existing IPs. I know romance authors. I can read all of these books, but there's something about them that just drag me in. Please tell me that I am not the only person being sucked into this, that I am not alone.
Claimed by my alpha's brother. These are the types of ones that are getting sent to me.
I just feel like I wouldn't think you wouldn't enjoy that. I'm like, but I feel like
I don't want to fuck a dog. I'll say it. I don't want to fuck a dog. I think if I saw a man as a dog, I would be like, well, that's kind of it. Like, I don't want to be together anymore because you were a dog that one time. I think it's tough.
Yeah, so what do you think about romance dramas? I guess the Venn diagram of romance and vertical and all of that. And yeah, like it's increasing popularity.
Well, people who read romance, and I'm getting out of my knowledge base here, but like they typically have these beats that they want to see hit of like, okay, like, this person hates this person. Oh, now they realize they're a good person. Oh, they're hot. But I like, and I think like verticals have touched that same part of the brain because they often have this like a lot of them almost like if you just zoom out, they have the same exact plot. And I think again, like people just go, oh, it's something new, but it's a very familiar formula about romance that ends happily. So they want that. They don't want to watch the old one over and over again, but like something new, just like romance books. Because a lot of people who write romance, they write like one a month. Like they churn them out. So it's the same thing with verticals.
Yeah, and I feel like one of the big things with like the book talk romance world is people become very dedicated to their like tropes that they love. So if they're like a friends to lovers person, they're gonna read any friends to lovers type book.
I am too, by the way.
You're a friends to lovers.
Stop, no. Alexis. Stop it. Anyway, you have to ignore it, Elise. You can't like you answer sincerely and like I feel bad for you. I learned a long time ago.
I'm trying to be a good host.
I'm not.
You're
I'm like yeah. Well, that I don't care. I don't care if he's the star of vertical dramas. I know this motherfucker.
Not the star. Actually, decidedly not the star. He's
the
not
pizza
the
guy.
Yeah.
The pizza.
He's the pizza guy. He's guy confused at gala.
Pizza guy. But I'm also like, there is something to like you being ethnically ambiguous that I'm like they just slip you in all these different.
Yeah,
you
they
be
like
a
that.
doctor, and then also like, but I'm just like all these. Okay, because my final question is like. We've talked about like you're not proud of whatever, like you're embarrassed, which I don't think you should be. I think this is so fucking funny and like fun. But at the same time, there are reports that say like Hollywood, Los Angeles is the new Detroit, in which it was the city of industry, and now like the industry has left, and like so it is a way for all these people like what is happening is all these very talented people are just moving on to like internet and all this stuff. So I'm just curious, like, do you think this is gonna affect, you know, like you like Hollywood to take you seriously? But I'm like, I feel like this is kind of where things are going. I don't know. I'm curious on both of your thoughts.
Yeah, so LA and Detroit, pretty good, parallel here. It's dead. Like otherwise, I have a commercial
For
agent.
industry people, yeah.
Like I've done a couple other things, but like it's you go onto like Actors Access and stuff, and it's like almost all verticals. And I think like I've said this before, like these people who do verticals, they can't believe all these talented people are just sitting here. Like, and it's not just actors, crew, like sets, like it's like they came to an abandoned amusement park and it still runs, and they're like, oh my god, like, because like I've been on the set of like the courtroom set of like The Practice, but like they're just using it for like a vertical, or like airplane sets, hospital sets, like I all of them, and they're just sitting there not being used, and I'm sure they're giving them a discount. And yeah, like these verticals are like, thank you, Hollywood, for leaving. We'll just do this, So, and I'm happy. Like people are first, like a lot of people are getting their start, like, and then otherwise, like I'm happy that there's a lot of really talented directors, filmmakers who are getting to work, and make decent money. So I am very positive about it. I think it's great. I just like my parts, like this is the first time I've seen what apps my stuff has been on, like through this podcast, where I'm like, oh, I didn't even know, like Candy, like Jar. I think I was like, oh, I'm in the Globe game. Like I didn't know that until now. But like so I think it's a net positive. I just personally the roles that I see, like I've never tried, because it's kind of expensive. If you do Daily Motion, you got to sit through ads, so I'm just not that interested in seeing it. But otherwise, though, I'm not as embarrassed as much as I'm just kind of, it doesn't really interest me in seeing my part. But if people like them, cool.
Have you ever gone out for a billionaire role?
I've never had like an audition for one of the leads. They're typically like a 6'4" jacked like white guy, like yeah. I mean, and even like it's funny, we'll be in the like green room or whatever, and they'll like take their shirt off, and they always have like an 8-pack and stuff, and I'm like, you know what, you earned it, man. Yeah. You're not eating cereal. Like
no, like what your macros are at every second of every day, and totally. Like
well, whatever. No, like fuck it, you can be the baby shower attendant. Yeah. Turned shocked.
I think that's the wrong twin.
Alise, any thoughts?
I mean, I guess it's just a kind of what I said before, but I feel like piggybacking off what you're saying, given that like SAG is just recognizing these, there are a bunch of like talented, legit people who are out of work in Hollywood. It seems like there's no future where that's changing anytime soon. Like I really think that very soon we will get a vertical that like makes it into being mainstream culture in some way. I think it's just a matter of time.
And I feel like, this is not that different from, if you're into this kind of shit, like, because me personally, again, we were talking about, I'm not really into horror like that. I don't really love being scared. And it's something about like, I want to watch something, but so much prestige drama demands so much emotional, like involvement and like stakes and all that stuff. And like, at the end of my day, I want to like smoke some weed and just uncharge and like be entertained. So I'll watch like, I'll watch like a Canadian drama, a horse girl, like whatever. So I'm just like, oh, I could totally see. Yeah. Like maybe you don't want to be but you don't want to be confronted with all the ills of the world and every single piece of media you consume. You just want to like turn off your brain. It could be like sports for a lot of women, that's what I mean, like just some kind of like comforting dumb
unless it's the Luigi Mangione one that I'm in, objection, because then you're very confronted with real world events and the love behind it.
Yeah.
And the love behind it. The TMZ confirmed that Luigi has been listening to Taylor Swift and Charlie XCX in prison. Or in jail. He's not in prison yet. Hashtag free Luigi. Well, folks, look, Alexis, why don't you tell everyone where they can find you? And also, before we wrap up, I just have to say thank you to our Grass Nation supporter and helper with research, Kat Connolly. She was so integral in finding a lot of this stuff. We really appreciate you so much.
Thank you, Kat.
Thank you, Kat. Alexis, where can people find you, hear more about you, follow your stories? And
yeah, I mean, I post a lot about, I do post a lot every time I'm on set. I post like a picture or something like that of my character or something like that on the verticals. So it's on Instagram, Mr. Alexis Pereira, and on Twitter, Mr. Alexis Pereira. I do post about like this stuff. It is funny, and again, like some of the plots are so ridiculous. It's just so fun.
But just life, like, I don't know. I'm like, we've all had crazy day jobs. Like, it's funny. It's cool that yours is like, is that the wrong twin?
Yeah, right.
Alise, where can people find you or follow this show?
You can find me at Pandalise on Instagram, Alise Navidad on TikTok, and this show at Go Touch Grass Pod on everything.
And you can follow me at Millie_Tamarez on TikTok and Instagram, and at Millie Tamarez on Twitter. Until next time, go touch grass.
Yay! Okay, we did it. We got there.